And let's dive right in. I would like to welcome our guest, Ms. Pratibha Shah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Please come forward.
Thank you. Let me know when you want me to get started. Start? Okay, this is my phone. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank the organizers to begin with for giving me this opportunity. And we have only 15 minutes. I'll just get started. So namaste from India. And right now I'm coming from US, Boston. So the topic I'm going to talk about is autoimmune diseases. This is a very, very complex topic. You all have heard of autoimmune diseases? Yes? For example, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis. These are all autoimmune diseases. Very complex topic, only 15 minutes. So I will try to simplify and explain what are autoimmune diseases. I will call it AD. Some of the facts, importance and challenges. Mechanism of AD, how to recognize AD, and correlating AD with Ayurvedic principles, Ayurvedic approach to ADs. This is what I will try to do. I'll try to break it down. So what are autoimmune diseases? So our body has something called immune system. The function of immune system is to defend us. Okay? Just like in Czech, we have probably some army that is supposed to defend Czech Republic, right? And if the army turns against its own people, that is autoimmune. Okay? The function of immune system is to protect us from foreign agents, bacteria, viruses, fungi. But if you have been doing something to create imbalances in the body for a prolonged period of time, then the system in the body gets confused and starts attacking itself. Very bad scenario. Imagine your own guards and army attacking you. Not a good situation, correct? So once you have an autoimmune disease, means things have really gone wrong, right? So that is one important thing to understand, that our immune system is designed to protect our body by responding to invading microorganisms. That is the primary function. Autoimmunity refers to problems with the adaptive or acquired immune system's reactions, where immune cells make a mistake, right? If your army is attacking you, it's a mistake, right? So it is a fundamental, deep, problematic situation and attack the very cells that they are meant to protect, leading to a variety of complex disorders called autoimmune diseases. Now, why is this happening? Dramatic and alarming worldwide increase since World War II, especially after World War II. What happened in World War II? Lot of chemical warfare agents were used. If you look up Agent Orange, Google it, Agent Orange, very deadly, and it did not biodegrade. Soil was poisoned, people were poisoned, right? So lot of things, and also ADs are rising as we are increasing the use of increased production and use of chemicals, both in industries and agriculture. So we are using, and we are also using, in our personal care, like cosmetics or anything that you see. If your fiber is water resistant, it has chemicals. So you're breathing chemicals, you're touching chemicals, your receipt, that shiny receipt that prints out, that is chemical. So everything is chemical that gets into the water, and that's also in your poultry, in your cattle feed, everywhere there are chemicals, especially in the United States. I'm talking about United States. I think Europe is doing still better, but US is worrisome. As per NIH, up to 50 million Americans suffer from an autoimmune disease, which is a very high number. As you can see, cancer affects only 18 million and heart disease about 120 million. So it's somewhere in the middle, right? But you hear a lot of talk about cancer, but do you hear about autoimmune diseases? No. Because autoimmune diseases are like something that is stuck to you. It is not killing you, but it's everyday trouble, everyday problem, right? So budget is not there, attention is not there. That is at a policy level, that is an issue. You see some of the numbers here. I'm going to rush through my slides because time is less. 100 plus autoimmune diseases. And even as we are talking, there are more diseases that are being suspected of having an autoimmune origin. In the past, no, not an autoimmune disease, but now more and more evidence is showing that so many other problems that we thought were not autoimmune diseases actually have an autoimmune origin to them, which means the body is attacking itself. So the disease is not having a different pathological pathway, but our own body has lost its intelligence. In Ayurveda, we call it buddhi. The cellular intelligence is lost, which is a drastic state. It's a SOS situation, right? Now, what are some of the challenges? These set of diseases tend to be chronic in nature, affect the quality of life and productivity, and can be life-threatening. So you are alive, you're going to your job, but you're not feeling 100%. You don't have energy, you have brain fog, vague symptoms. If you tell your doctor, what is brain fog? I don't understand, it's not there in medical books. But patient is experiencing cloudiness in the head, can't focus, can't remember, forget exit, forget keys, right? So these are some of the problems. They are some of the most difficult to recognize. It's like when you see a guard, you think they are your protector. So you can't recognize enemy or protector. So they're difficult to recognize even by medical doctors. Why? Because medical doctors also are not fully educated about what an autoimmune disease can look like. Yeah. And as far as tests are concerned, I will show you in the next slide. They also have a problem, the testing. Symptoms are often hard to describe, right? If you have some like eczema, you can go and say, okay, I have this. Doctor can see. If you just go, I'm feeling off. Something is wrong. I don't know what is wrong. No energy, I can't get up in the morning. Sometimes my joints are paining, sometimes I'm forgetting. And doctor will say, go sleep, not a problem. No, you don't have any problem. Get lab tests, all lab tests are okay. Go back. And then you will see in the next slide, a lot of patients are labeled as chronic complainers, literally. This is happening in the medical industry. Too many times you go, 4th, 5th time, you will get a label, chronic complainer. No diagnosis, no help, okay? It takes an average of 5 years and about 4 doctors to actually give you a name for your problem, okay? And these are in multiple systems. They're not in one place, like, okay, only stomach issues going on, right? Okay, you have an inflammatory bowel disease or something. Only heart issues going on. No. Something is happening in the heart, something is happening in the brain, something is happening in the colons. So it's a multi-organ, multi-system disease complex, right? So that also makes it difficult because now the insurance sector forces the doctors to see the patients only for a few minutes. So after 15 minutes, quickly they have to put something. Okay, you can go, right? I don't know, and again, this is for US. I don't know about Europe, but this is more for US, what is happening in United States. And they are not often considered until the disease has progressed to a point where severe classic or hallmark symptoms occur. So for example, for rheumatoid arthritis, what are the hallmark symptoms? That you wake up with rigidity and stiffness first thing in the morning, right? And moving pains in the body. So until and unless you get the hallmark symptoms of that disease, that possibility is not even considered. So these are some of the challenges in diagnosing the autoimmune diseases. Yeah, but the interesting part is that the antibodies are already present, right? For example, for rheumatoid arthritis, it can take 8 to 10 years where the antibody is present, but your symptoms are developing much later. But the Rheumatoid Arthritis Association of America has not included these antibody testing until recently. How sad is that? It's almost criminal, right? Because if you are getting a little clinical picture, all you need to do is a simple blood test and see antibody, okay, this is the predictive diagnosis. You are developing rheumatoid arthritis. You have still not developed fully. You getting it? Picture? So antibodies are present, but they're not included in the diagnostic criteria. ARDA, which is the American Autoimmune Related Disease Association, long name, found that more than half of patients are labeled chronic complainers. I just told you about that. That is so tragic. Specialists are generally unaware of interrelationship between different autoimmune diseases or advances in treatment outside their own specialities, right? Everybody is getting the picture. A heart specialist will not know or will not recognize anything outside of their realm of training. So this intersectional training and awareness is not there because, as I said, most of the autoimmune diseases are multi-organ centric, right? They go across multiple organs and multiple systems. They're not contained in one part of the body. Like I gave the example that the army of the nation is against its own people. You can't say that's happening only in one city. Usually it will be in different pockets of the country. So similarly, in our whole body, different areas are getting involved in autoimmune diseases. And US is behind, as you can see. Now, this is a very important concept. This is the triad of autoimmune diseases. Dr. Alexander Fasano, who is the leading gastroenterologist in the Boston area, he first came up with this triad. And this makes total sense because let's unpack this. One corner of the triad is saying genes, right? Another corner is saying environment. And the third corner is saying gut dysbiosis. Now, genes are not in our hands. We don't get to choose our parents, right? So whatever that genetic disposition, we are not going to discuss that in detail. There is some detail here. But let's talk about the environmental factors. That as a society, as a nation, as a people, we definitely have some control. But again, if you buy a house in a particular area, you do not have control over the quality of air or water or soil in that area. So to a certain extent, it is something you can change, but practically you cannot change, correct? Can we change our environment where we are living? We cannot. We have to breathe that air. We have to drink that water. So that, and then adjuvants such as aluminum hydroxide, which were very common in vaccines and medical silicons, also have known to cause autoimmune diseases. And in hepatitis B vaccine. And this is for anybody who is familiar with microbiology. So this is how molecular mimicry or epitope spreading bacteria. So infections can cause autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune diseases can decrease immunity and cause infections. So both can cause each other. So this is a new insight that has been gained into autoimmune diseases, that either the load of infections, this is my time? Woo. Okay. So these are all the problems. Sorry, I thought I was rushing through. But gut dysbiosis looks like this. You must have heard of leaky gut. And I have to rush to the Ayurvedic section. Ahara, Nidra, Brahmacharya. These are the three foundations of Ayurvedic health approach. If these three are good, you are good. And these are the three causes of all categories of diseases. Pragya, Parada, Asat, Mendriyatha, Sayoga, and Kala. These are the some general key factors. Agni, your metabolic state. Ama, state of dosha dhatumala. Depletion of ojas. So again, the list is long. And all of these, adyashan is repetitive eating without giving time for digestion. Atyashan, chronic overeating. Anshan, fasting. Eating of heavy fast foods, GMO. All of these can cause depletion of what we understand as gut microbiome. A lot of speakers have talked about it. So I want to say one thing here. In addition to everything else, in the 21st century, please put stress in capital, bold letters as the major problem that nobody is talking about, because stress affects all systems in our body, including our immune system. Now, this is the layered approach.
Thank you very much.
Last slide. Last slide. Nidana Parivarjana Agni, this is the staggered approach in Ayurveda. Okay, sorry. Really, time is less.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for your presentation, and thank you very much for coming.